Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. You know, when you're looking at the apps on your phone or seeing artificial intelligence generate those absolutely incredible images and text, it can honestly feel a little bit like magic. But I'm here to tell you, it's definitely not magic. It's actually a very deliberate, step-by-step construction project. So let's dive right into Unit 1, Revisiting the AI Project Cycle and Ethical Frameworks. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid blueprint to make sure you build the AI correctly, and you need a reliable compass to make absolutely sure you're building it in the right direction.
So, let's put you directly in the shoes of an AI developer for a second. How do you actually build an AI? I mean, if you were tasked with creating a brand new artificial intelligence system tomorrow, where would you even begin? You wouldn't just sit down and start mashing keys on a keyboard, right? You need structure. You need a cyclical process.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover building your AI project, the 6 project stages, the danger of AI bias, navigating ethical frameworks, and finally, real-life ethical AI.
All right, kicking things off with sections 1 and 2, building your AI project and the 6 stages. Let's look at the technical blueprint required to build an AI system.
Now, notice the shape of this process. The AI project cycle isn't just a straight line from A to B. It's a cyclical process. You follow it step by step to complete your AI project, sure, but you're continuously looping back around to learn, refine, and improve the intelligence of your system over time.
The absolutely crucial point here is understanding these 6 chronological stages you've got to follow to actually get any value out of an AI project. You start with problem scoping to set your goal. Then you move into data acquisition to gather your raw materials and data exploration to make sense of them. After that, you jump into modeling to build the actual brain, evaluation to test it, and finally deployment to release it into the real world. Let's break these down just a bit further.
Starting with Stage 1, Problem Scoping. Think of this kind of like a detective's notepad. Before you write a single line of code, you use the 4Ws problem canvas. Who are the stakeholders affected by this problem? What is the actual nature of the problem you have on hand? Where is this problem prominent? And why would your solution benefit society? Answering those 4 questions brings the entire picture into focus.
Once you know the problem, you move straight to stages 2 and 3, data acquisition and data exploration. This step brilliantly illustrates where your AI's knowledge actually comes from. You acquire data from reliable, authentic sources. So we're talking surveys, web scraping, physical sensors, cameras, or APIs. And since you're gathering massive quantities of data, you then have to explore it visually using graphs or scatterplots to interpret the hidden patterns. Make no mistake, this data is the absolute lifeblood of your AI.
So, after finding your patterns, you're ready to wrap up the technical blueprint. In Stage 4, modeling, you select the most efficient model type and develop your algorithm around it. But wait, you're not done yet. In Stage 5, evaluation, you rigorously test that model on newly fetched data to calculate its accuracy and precision. Only when it completely passes those tests do you reach Stage 6, deployment. This is the successful integration of your AI solution into real-world environments so it can actually deliver value to the users.
Moving right along to Section 3, the danger of AI bias. We've built the mechanical blueprint, but now we really need to shift our focus to the moral compass.
Here's a massive question for you as future computer scientists. What actually happens if our AI is biased? Look, just because your AI works perfectly on a technical level, just because it easily passed the evaluation stage, that doesn't mean it makes morally acceptable choices. AI bias could result in terrible unintended outcomes because at the end of the day, AI is fundamentally used as a decision-making and influencing tool. Which brings us to Section 4, Navigating Ethical Frameworks. This is exactly how the industry prevents those dangerous AI consequences.
Let's clearly define what we're talking about here. Ethics are basically a set of values separating right from wrong. Therefore, ethical frameworks are step-by-step guidance on solving problems to ensure the choices we make do not cause unintended harm. Think of this as the necessary compass to guarantee that your AI makes morally acceptable recommendations, which allows you to avoid unintended outcomes even before they take place.
When we systematically approach these moral dilemmas, we broadly split ethical frameworks into 2 main branches: sector-based frameworks and value-based frameworks. Breaking it down this way really just makes a highly complex concept instantly digestible.
So what is the actual difference between them? It's all about focus. Sector-based frameworks are tailored specifically to individual industries. Think about finance, agriculture, law enforcement, or healthcare. Each of those has its own unique set of rules.
Value-based frameworks, on the other hand, are much broader. They focus on fundamental ethical principles and assess the overall moral worth of the actions, guiding ethical behavior across the board.
Zooming in on the value-based frameworks for a second, we see three specific categories that act as philosophical lenses for AI developers. First up is rights-based, which ensures AI never violates human rights and values human dignity above all else. Second is utility-based, which weighs the benefits of an AI against its risks, basically seeking to maximize the overall good for the greatest number of people. And third is virtue-based, which looks at the character of the developers themselves, inspiring us to ensure our actions align with honesty, compassion, and integrity throughout the entire AI lifecycle.
All right, Section 5, Real-Life Ethical AI. Let's see what all of this actually looks like in a high-stakes, real-world application.
Let's look at this case study from the healthcare sector. Imagine a company designs an AI algorithm intended to optimize patient care and help doctors identify high-risk patients. Sounds like a totally great idea, right? But due to inaccurate data gathered during the AI project cycle, the AI starts making mistakes based on unfair patterns. Suddenly, an AI that was built to save lives is actually increasing patient risk levels and compromising human health due to unintended bias.
So, to solve this massive problem, we need to pull out a specific tool: bioethics. Bioethics is a sector-based ethical framework used strictly in healthcare and life sciences. It specifically addresses incredibly sensitive issues like patient privacy, data security, and exactly how AI can be used in medical decision-making without causing harm. By applying the 4 principles of bioethics, developers are basically forced to step in and rebuild their broken AI. They must ensure respect for autonomy, meaning doctors and patients know exactly how the AI functions. They must follow do not harm, avoiding negative consequences at all costs. They must ensure maximum benefit to promote societal well-being. And they must enforce justice, guaranteeing that the AI treats patients equitably, avoiding discrimination irrespective of their background. Applying this framework literally turns a dangerous tool back into a life-saving one.
And that brilliantly illustrates the immense power you hold. As high school students today, you are the developers, the engineers, and the regulators of tomorrow. You now know the 6 stages to build the technical blueprint of an AI, but far more importantly, you know how to use ethical frameworks as your moral compass. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to carry into your